Welcome back to our last video session of the Drug-Free Life. Last session we discussed marijuana. This session we are going to learn about the most commonly used and abused drug, you guessed it, alcohol. Alcohol is a drug. Yes, it is. A lot of people don't think of it as a drug, but it is. In Saskatchewan, a person has to legally be 19 to buy or use alcohol. Now, when someone drinks alcohol, it goes into the stomach, which then goes into the bloodstream, which gets pumped up to, you guessed it, the brain. Changes the way that the brain functions, which is why it is considered to be a drug. Now, there are different types of alcohol, lots and lots of different types of alcohol. One of them being hard alcohol, which you see here in the shot glass. Things like rye, rum, vodka, those are different types of alcohol that you guys may have heard of that are hard, considered to be hard alcohol. Then we have wine. Here in the wine glass, there's red, there's white, there's blush, hundreds and hundreds of different kinds of wine. And then we have beer in the beer mug. And as you guys know, there are hundreds of different kinds of beer as well. These three glasses actually all contain the same amount of alcohol. So even though the shot glass looks smaller, it is stronger, which makes it equal to the same amount of alcohol as, let's say, a beer. If somebody were to drink a shot of hard alcohol or a beer, they all contain the same amount of alcohol. If someone has 3 shots of hard alcohol, then 2 glasses of wine, and then 2 beer, they have had 7 drinks. So this is something that's really important because sometimes people might put 2 shots of hard alcohol into 1 glass and they think, well, it's only 1 drink, when in actuality it is 2 drinks because they've put 2 shots of hard alcohol into the cup. So this is important for you guys to understand that 1 shot is equal to 1 beer, which is equal to 1 glass of wine. So now that we know what alcohol is, we need to discuss what alcohol does to our body. Now, it slows the brain down, which then slows the body down. Some of you may have heard or seen someone experiencing what we call a blackout or passing out. A blackout is when someone has drunk too much alcohol, that the part of their brain that controls memory is slowed down and they don't remember anything. When someone passes out, their brain is slowed down to the point of going to sleep. If the person were to continue drinking, their brain would slow down to the point of actually dying because it's our body's way of trying to protect itself. It's forcing the person to go to sleep and so that they don't continue drinking alcohol. And because the alcohol goes into the blood, the kidneys and the liver are affected as well. They have to clean the blood out, so they have to clean all of the bad stuff out. So they have to actually clean this alcohol out of a person's blood. Now, when a person drinks alcohol, it takes their liver about 2 hours for an adult liver to clean 1 drink out of their body. Okay, and let's continue. Now, a hangover. This is when someone has drunk too much alcohol. So maybe on a Friday night, they drank too much alcohol, their body is negatively affected. They wake up, they might have a really bad headache, they might be throwing up, light and noise can bother them. And then we have what we call alcohol poisoning, which is much like food poisoning, but it's from too much alcohol. The body forces the person to throw up because they have drunk too much alcohol and their body's trying to get rid of it. Their body is trying to, again, protect itself and trying to force that to come out. Some other effects of alcohol can be stumbling around, slurring their words. Some people might laugh a lot, some people cry a lot, some people get really angry and they cause fights, etc. So there is a lot of things that the alcohol does to the brain which people maybe they normally wouldn't do. You guys might have heard when somebody's been drinking too much alcohol, maybe they swear a lot or they say things that they normally wouldn't do. That's because that alcohol, again, has gone up to their brain changes the way that their brain functions. So what I want you guys to remember as we conclude our session on alcohol is that number one, alcohol is a drug. It changes the way that the brain functions when someone uses it. Number two, legally, a person has to be 19 to drink alcohol. And number three, an adult can drink alcohol responsibly, which means they're not using too much of the drug.